Hey guys, Nick here. Wanted to show you guys the lighting system on my truck, everything that I've got done to it. Out here in Barstow, just got done with Desert Dime's night run and figured I'd do a real quick walk around with the lighting on this truck. So we're gonna start over in the front, and obviously we've got some pillar lights right there. Those are going to be the XL80s that are on pillar mounts from SDHQ. And then on the front here, we have some LP6s. The outers, currently I'm running some whites. And then on the three inners, I'm running ambers. I've switched it up. I've ran ambers on the outside with three whites. I just go back and forth, just depending. But right now, currently, I've been really liking the three ambers in the center. Usually being out in the dust, it just cuts through the dust a little bit better. And then I have the clears to also light up a little bit further. And just to note, so the ditch lights I have them pointed out just a little bit off to the side, which you can see this area right here is lit up. And well, over in this area, I don't have them turned a little, not too far, but just enough to where when I'm going through stuff, I can see just a wider perimeter from one side to the other. So like if I'm gonna do a left-hand turn or right-hand turn, I just have some side lighting that helps out a little bit. They call them ditch lights, usually for the guys that are, looking down in the ditches and whatnot. And I don't have them turned out that far. Obviously you can have them forward, but to be quite honest with you, when I had them all the way forward, they got drowned out by the LP6s up front. So I just turned them off to the side a little bit to get this whole side area, taken care of. Let's go ahead and talk about the rock lights that I have. And if you didn't know, I did say LP6s, and then I did say the XL80s, and those are by Baja Designs. If you don't know already, you can check out their website and look up those lights and see any of the details on the light, displacement, and all that good stuff. So underneath here, we have also rock lights from Baja Design, and I have a mount that was made there, and then right here to angle the lights to light up my suspension. And I mean, obviously they look cool driving down the road, but another bigger thing is that it just lights, like if I have to work on my truck at night, I'm not going over rocks, but they are called rock lights, but I can look at the suspension, make sure there's nothing wrong with it, or if I hear something, I can inspect it and what have you. So I have two of them facing inwards at the suspension there, and then I have another one that is hidden on my frame rail that lights up, one on each side in the center here. Again, just to be able to look underneath the truck, see what's going on with it. If for whatever reason there's an issue, I want to add two more in the center, just because I feel it's just not, I don't know, just uneven. So I want to add a couple more to the center. So hopefully here soon I'll probably do that. In the rear, let's go ahead and just finish up with the rock lights. You'll see there's another custom mount here. And these mounts, the rear mounts and the front mounts, they were done by Gary over at KDM in Anaheim area. And so he made this mount that is at an angle, and that helps disperse the light forward and back. So obviously you can see there, lights everything up really well in the rear. And then underneath, again, I wanted to be able to look down on the ground, and if I need to inspect anything, I can easily do it real quick. And those, I have two more that are pointing down and back a little bit on the rear cross member. Again, like I said, I mean, you can let me know what you guys think, but obviously the back is lit up really well, the wheel wells are lit up really well, but that center is kind of dead. And so I think that's going to be the next one that I add to it. In the bed, we have buggy whips. These are the white LEDs in 4-foot, and those also help out. I really like how they light up the bed and then around the truck too as well if you're hanging around. Let me see here. I don't have my chase lights on right now. Let me turn on my chase lights. This is the this is a Switch Pros 8-channel switch panel with an SDHQ mount that goes on the dashboard. And I will also say that I don't like that mount when you're sitting in the driver's position, you can't see it with the steering wheel in place. So consider that when you're looking at it. I think they did a really good job of making an option to put the switches there. I think it is actually really nice and clean, but it's just not user-friendly because you can't see it with the steering wheel in place. So I think at a later date, I'm gonna install them up at the top in the headliner. So in the back here, I have a third brake light, which if you follow along with off-road trucks, with street off-road trucks, Prerunners, the company, you guys are gonna probably ask me, hey, what third brake light that is. The company's no longer in, they're just no longer around. So there is a new company, which if I can remember, I'll put the information down in my description, which I'll put all the lighting and everything down in the description too as well, so then you can better understand exactly what part numbers and what have you. But you've got the S2s in the center are amber, and I have them, I did the lower wattage S2, not the, I don't know what the other one's called. Is there's a lower power outage, and then there's a higher power output, and I went with the lower, which is the cheaper, in amber, and I did a work beam, which basically it's a fluted lens to disperse it. And I did that because a lot of times when I'm following behind other people with these chase lights and they have the clears or the pencil beams, and then they have the higher output ambers, it is really hard to see behind them when you're following someone. It's just a headache. So basically I chose to go with the lower wattage ones with a flood lens on it to just disperse it and make it easier for people behind me. And then obviously I have whites on the outside. Those are work beam as well, or a work scene beam, or whatever they call it. Basically wide displacement, like fluted, and that helps light up the bed. The truck has some factory lights inside the bed, which is, you know, I'm not really worried about showing you guys that. And then since we're already right here, we got two spares, a Y strap. This is tire cover, USA or something like that. I'll put it down in the description. But this tire cover is really nice. It lasts in the sun. It doesn't get all faded out and everything. And it actually one cover goes over two spare tires. It's wide enough to go over two, and that's a 37 1250 underneath it. So those are stacked up. Got a CO2 15-pound bottle on this side here, and then I've got a jack over on this side, and then I've got a storage box right here that holds all my recovery gear in it, ropes and all the whatever have you. So that's pretty much everything around the truck for lighting. I've shown this truck multiple times in the daytime, and just wanted to show it with all the lights on. Let me know what you guys think. Should I put some more rock lights in the center, make it look a little bit more even? Let me know. Also too, how do you guys like the flag in the just floating around in between the two white LED lights? I just happen to have the flag pole, like the mount placed there, and it just worked out perfect to where, like, I'm driving, and, you know, off-road wise, I don't drive on the highway with it, but off-road wise, and the flag's just, you know, pulling back across my my spare tires and my bed, and it's all lit up on both sides with those whips. So something that I just, for me, I just really enjoyed that, how it really turned out with the flag there and stuff like that. Obviously, like to display how proud I am about USA, America. But yeah, that's the truck, all the lighting. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Look down below in the description for better details. I'm doing this on the fly, getting ready to hit the highway and head home. And like I said, I just wanted to take a moment and show you guys what the lights look like, all lit up in the dark. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.